Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Friday evening episode of Ted's Booze Cellar with me, your most gracious host, Ted. It is currently 10 to 7 on Friday the 28th of May. I'm a bit annoyed because I did try to record this episode earlier and I ran out of space on my tablet. Now you're going to have to excuse the noise in the background because I've got the washing machine on. But today we're going to be looking at another one of the beers from the Brewdog beer sign-up box. That being Mikkeller, which is a Iskold Classic Vienna Lager. Contrary to sort of like that title though, it's not actually Austrian, it's actually Danish, so yeah, I'm interested to see what this is like. I've already kind of sort of tasted a bit of this because obviously I tried to record this and then I ran out of space on the tablet halfway through recording, but this is a 4.8% alcohol volume Danish lager, and it's a weird one because it's the smell's kind of unassuming but still nice. It's got like a bit of a honeyish finish to it and a bit of an amber ale sort of smell. Not too dissimilar to kind of like, say, a slightly less sweeter smelling version of I guess the Manchester Union Lager, with kind of a tint of like that smell of the kind of golden crispness you kind of get with a Harvey's best gold beer. And the thing is, with the can, it's interestingly designed, but it's kind of unassuming in the sense that, you know, you've got these vibrant colours of gold, seafoam green, royal red. But they're kind of like mixed together in a quite contemporary sort of way on the can. So the can is interestingly designed, but not in a way that would make you think this is a particularly out there drink. So I think for the can, I would have given it an 8, and same with the smell as well. They're nice smells, and the can's nice. The can's just not got a huge amount to say about it. They haven't written a lot about the drink on the can. And the smell kind of leaves like a bit of like a non-impression in the sense that what smells are there are nice. It's just there's a little bit of a tinny quality to the smell that kind of takes away from it being like a 9 or a 10 out of 10 for the smell. That being said, I haven't tasted a sip of this in a while, so I'm going to try it again and see what my first impressions are like. So quickly before we do taste it, palate cleanser of water, and then the most important part of the video, just to see what this tastes like. So kind of immediately I can tell it's not got as much of a fizz or a it's got definitely got a bit of a flatter texture than the Manchester Union Lager, which I think is really the closest thing I can compare this to in taste. It's got a similar texture but just a bit more flatter and less fizz, and there is a tiny bit of like residual sweetness in the finish as well, but certainly not to the same extent. I feel like this is much more closer to being like a gold beer rather than a lager. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, as you can see with the hue, it's much less like looks like a lager and more looks like an amber ale crossed with a gold beer. And I think that kind of lends itself to being a palatable and generally enjoyable beer. Perhaps not the most interesting, but then again, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Simpler and more contemporarily palatable tastes are sometimes more enjoyable, I think, depending on what your mood is. So generally speaking, I do enjoy this. I sort of get the impression of it kind of being like a mixture between Harvey's Gold Best, Manchester Union Lager, and then like a Germanic sort of like non-wheat beer, like a Northern European, Danish or Swedish beer. I feel like it's a mix between those three kind of styles, and it mixes though the sort of like the flatness and the sort of like residual sweetness of a gold beer really nicely, with the crispness of a lager really well, and a Scandinavian beer and like sort of the slightly sort of like not bitterness but like sort of like slight lack of sweetness in the through line kind of quite well. Generally speaking, it's a nicely brewed beer. It is really good, and I think Mikkeller is generally a really nice drink that I think anyone would be happy to have in their cabinet or their beer fridge. Generally, there's just not a lot to say about it though. But for what it is still really good, and I would give it a respectable 7.5 out of 10. I'm probably not going to rave about it, but it's definitely good to go out of my way to get now and again in the future, and I would thoroughly recommend it. So yeah, give it a shot, see what you think, and if you have any suggestions for future episodes of Ted's Booze Cellar, let me know in the comment section down below. If you want to check out anything else I do online, I'll leave the links to those in the video description down below. And as always, if you did like this video, leave a like, share and subscribe. But until next time, have fun, stay safe with whatever you're doing, don't do anything I wouldn't do, wash your hands, take a mask with you to the shops, drink responsibly, know your limits, and I'll see you guys at the bar next time on Ted's Booze Cellar. Bye bye for now.